Norm posted on Saturday, August 4th 2001 to 11:15 a.m. Was the Apostle Saul influenced by the Bafath? Answer: no, he wasn't. Jean-Pierre Largas posted on Saturday, August 4th 2001 to 8:53 p.m. Hi Billy. There is only one question which I have. How is Sam Jace doing? I don't mean whether she has spoken to you or if she will contact us soon or whatever. Or anything like that. I mean her, personally. We all owe her our gratitude and thanks. Really big time, eh? I think you know what I'm getting at here. Thanks, to Figu etc. For the opportunity to ask, eh? Pierre answer: she is fine. Billy said excellent. She sends her best regards to all Figu people all over the world. Hampton Chiu posted on Saturday, August 4th 2001 to 2:31 p.m. Is current JHWH governing our planet Earth a yellow race human being? Answer: no, he isn't. Tua is the one in charge, and he belongs to a white race. However, he is not governing. He's responsible regarding the spiritual teachings and the various developments on Earth. Thomas Hall posted on Saturday, August 4th 2001 to 7:06 p.m. Very briefly, could you describe what the average Earth human experiences between lives? Thanks. Answer: that's not possible because we don't remember and we don't have the words to describe it. No personality exists anymore, and therefore no thoughts as we are familiar with in our lifetime. It's the spirit form and the comprehensive consciousness block, Jesampustsen's block, that enter the beyond. The spirit form and the comprehensive consciousness block analyzes, reviews, equals or forbidden, what has not been digested, assimilated prior to death. Love, wisdom etc. are transformed into a fine matter form. The former personality is dissolved and transformed into neutral energy. Then a new personality is worked out/developed which incarnates, together with the spirit form, into an embryo at the 21st day after conception. The new personality has nothing in common with the former one. Mario posted on Saturday, August 4th 2001 to 8:35 p.m. What happens when two persons with the same spirit form get together in a time trip, like Billy and Manuel? Billy can tell his first-hand experience, I hope. Mario answer: it is not the same spirit form, even if it is of the same lineage. One spirit form is less developed, evolved than the other, and there are two entirely different personalities present. The same is true even when a person visits oneself in the actual life, through time travel. The best way to make this understandable is when a person of, say, 50 years looks at an old photograph when he or she was 10 years old. The child was a different personality than at the age of 50. You will be aware of this if, when you look at a photograph. Scott B. posted on Tuesday, August 7th 2001 to 9:15 a.m. Hello, can hypnosis be used to uncover past lives on other planets besides planet Earth? Salome Scott B. Answer: no. Savio posted on Sunday, November 25, 2001 to 5:30 a.m. Hi Billy, as we aware that there is no evil spirits but only ignorant ones. Is there any explanations that in the TJ there are many places mention evil spirits? One significant event was in Chapter 8, the healing of two possessed people. 8:30 seconds then the evil spirits in the possessed asked him, Master, please drive us out, so that we may go into the herd of swine grassing just over there. The whole herd rushed down to the water and drowned. What was really happened in that event? Is there any scientific explanation? Regards and thank you Savio. Answer: evil spirits means negative psychic conditions. Michael posted on Sunday, November 25, 2001 to 7:45 a.m. It seems to me that the unfathomable mystery is the void, the great nothingness outside of creation and presumably its source. I read that there is some sort of fine energy even in the void, which is also confusing because it seems like it must only be the creation which is alive and has energy. I am unable to understand a nothingness without beginning, end, shape, limits, energy, etc. What is known of this by Billy, the Plejarans, the Petar level, etc. and where in the void did the absolute absolutum first appear? Michael Horn. Answer: The absolute void or nothingness is an infinite space which contains no material form but spiritual energy only. We cannot comprehend or understand all of this with our thinking brains. Michael posted on Sunday, November 25, 2001 to 9:10 a.m. Taking into account what Billy said about the afterlife, how is it that some beings, like the Dalai Lama, apparently have some knowledge and/or control regarding their past and future lives, incarnations? Michael answer: he doesn't have this knowledge from out of himself. The knowledge is drummed into him, taught, at a very early age. A search for a next Dalai Lama serves the fact that the religious system of Tibetan Buddhism needs a head. Jean-Pierre Lagasse posted on Sunday, November 25, 2001 to 9:24 a.m. If it is known which portions of the TJ are missing from the original text, could we possibly get a list of the missing sections? Answer: no. Norm posted on Sunday, November 25, 2001 to 9:30 a.m. Question for Billy. Hi Billy. I suffer from a spinal cord injury and paralysis I received when I was run over by a car on a bicycle, at age 16. It was a hit and run. I was wondering if there are any pelagian meditations etc. for aiding in a physical healing? Answer: no. Unfortunately, meditation cannot be used for such physical healing. Spinal cord injuries cannot be healed with actual terrestrial means. Knowledge. Linda Williams posted on Sunday, November 25, 2001 to 7:42 p.m. Hello Billy. Was the late Marcel Vogel a telepathic contactee? Sincerely, Linda. Answer: no. Mark Campbell posted on Sunday, November 25, 2001 to 8:34 p.m. Greetings Billy. Is there a new calculation for reincarnating lives in the present time? I assume that spirits are coming back into new life sooner than the standard lifetime plus 1/2, because of overpopulation. Many thanks Mark Campbell. Answer: yes. They're coming back sooner. Lonnie Morton posted on Sunday, November 25, 2001 to 11:35 p.m. Hi Billy. Concerning the commissioning of the disciples as brought out in the Talmud chapter 10 and the method in which they carried out their preaching and teaching work. TJ 10-5 reads, Jmanuel sent out the 12, commanding them and saying, go to the cities of the Samaritans and to the ignorant in all parts of the world. TJ 10-7 reads, go and preach, saying, the laws of nature are the laws of creation, and the power of the creative human spirit embodies life. TJ 10:14 reads, when you go into a city or village, inquire if someone is there who is worthy, and stay with him until you depart. TJ 10:17 reads, if someone will not take you in or listen to your words, leave that house or that city and shake the dust off your feet. My question is this. Is the method that Jmanuel and his disciples used any different than the non-proselytizing/non-missioning method used by the figure today in making known the same teachings? It seems that the method or manner in which Jmanuel told his disciples to carry out their preaching work at TJ chapter 10 is very similar to that used by certain religious groups such as Jehovah's Witnesses and the Mormons. Answer: from many villages of the region, inhabitants were traveling around and, during those travels, met Jmanuel and his disciples. Then they invited them to come to their native villages. The disciples only went to single persons or families, etc., where they were invited. They didn't go to foreign people who didn't wish being approached. Since there didn't exist any newspapers at that time, the news was distributed through word of mouth. Therefore, the teachings were distributed by the same method, but only to those who were willing to listen. Thomas Hall posted on Sunday, November 25, 2001 to 4:13 p.m. Thank you for the answers. Why is it necessary that a comprehensive consciousness exists separate from the spirit form between lives? I thought that the spirit alone could digest the info while in the beyond. Answer: because there must be a connection, or relay station, between the pure material and the pure spiritual. Scott B. posted on Monday, November 26, 2001 to 3:59 p.m. Hello, was the man known as Nostradamus ever in contact with any type of ET intelligence? Is the spirit form of Nostradamus alive in another personality today? Thank you Scott B. Answer: Billy doesn't know. Mario posted on Monday, November 26, 2001 to 5:19 p.m. Have Nokadam John or the Plejarans had some kind of relation with the man known in Mexico as Quetzalcoatl or the woman known as Tonantzin, Virgin de Guadalupe? If so, what kind of relation? Many thanks. Mario. Answer: Nokadam John equals no, Plejarans equals yes, at least with Quetzalcoatl. Personal relation equals face-to-face. Michael posted on Saturday, January 26, 2002 to 11:11 p.m. Thank you for your answer regarding the Dalai Lama, DL. Is this then always the same spirit form reincarnating as the DL? Because, if not, how is it that a young child can pass the identification tests of possessions and persons used to authenticate him as the reincarnated DL? Thank you, Michael Horn. Answer: Hi Michael. No, it isn't the same spirit form. Each Dalai Lama has a new personality. Regarding the children, small children automatically grasp those things that impress them the most. This can also be connected to vibrations, fluidal forces, that are stored within objects. Since each DL is a new spirit form, there cannot be a direct link to the former one's material possessions. At the 261st contact of February 24, 1998, Billy explained the circumstances in a very simplistic way, like this: abridged version. The consciousness of those monks who are responsible for the search for the new Dalai Lama is highly developed. Therefore, they are able to receive information through meditation and vision in order to know where they should search for the new head leader. The child is found by the monks because he is endowed with highly developed consciousness vibrations that can be received and traced. A child of this type has a high consciousness evolution and is executing strong consciousness-related activities while still very young. Therefore, the small boy is able to recognize through meditative influences etc. objects etc. that did belong to former Buddhist leaders. Lonnie Morton posted on Sunday, January 27, 2002 to 2:28 a.m. Hi Billy. Thank you for your answer about the commissioning of the disciples. I can see clearly now how they carried out their work. They made themselves available to the people during their travels, and instructed and informed those who invited them into their homes. So in carrying out the mission today in our modern world, what is the best or most effective way we can make known the teachings? In other words, what is the most important thing we can do today to help with the mission? Best regards, Lonnie. Answer: Hi Lonnie. The most important thing is that the teachings are distributed in written and correct form all over the world. In ancient times this usually happened in non-written form, which opened the doors to many misinterpretations and the mistakes, etc., which was also the case with many religious books, like the Torah, the New Testament, the Quran, etc. The people of those times usually were rather uneducated and didn't understand much of the teachings. Many terms which were necessary to explain the teachings correctly were non-existent in those times. Norm posted on Sunday, January 27, 2002 to 12:26 p.m. I've been having a hard time figuring out why a technologically advanced group like the Jizo Intelligences, with their ability to travel around the universe, would waste their time on Earth over what seems like an ancient vendetta. By some of the Stevens translated contact notes, it seems the Jizo Intelligences were racists against non-whites, since they aided Hitler. But were they really just using Hitler and others to destroy the whole human race? Thank you, Norm. Answer: Hi Norm. Striving for world domination would be correct, not racists. Their goal was to rule, not destroy, the human race. Without human beings you cannot rule. The Jizo Intelligences influenced Hitler through the Thule Society. Linda Williams posted on Monday, January 28, 2002 to 5:46 p.m. Hello Billy. There was some discussion on our forum about whether or not you had a time travel encounter with Moses. If you did, can you describe the events taking place in Moses' life at that time and what your general impressions of him were? Thank you. Linda. Answer: From Christian F. Hi Linda. Oops. I forgot to ask this. I'll do this next month. Jean-Pierre Largas posted on Monday, January 28, 2002 to 6:48 p.m. to core group, and if necessary or appropriate, Billy, is there any information or clues which can be shared with us? About the nature or source of the authentic type cattle mutilations as investigated by Mr. Fernand Belzil, who currently resides near St. Paul, Alberta, Canada. Only a percentage of mutilations which he has investigated and documented, he considers authentic, in that we do not understand how, using our present technologies, these could be accomplished. Thanks either way. Pierre answer: Hi Pierre, Billy doesn't know about the case you mentioned. He also said that the mutilations are not executed by extraterrestrials, but rather through terrestrial sources, like secret services, experiments, predators, etc. Savio posted on Monday, January 28, 2002 to 8:49 p.m. Hi Billy, we know that the astral body has three immortal parts. They are the spirit, comprehensive consciousness block and the Gemat. Could you explain in simple words 1. What is Gemat and its function? 2. Where will Gemat go after one dies? 3. Would creation create all these three parts at the same time when creating an individual astral body? 4. What happened to these three immortal parts when evolution reaches a stage that a body is no longer needed? Thanks Savio answer: Hi Savio, I agree with Mark about one question each time. Regarding your questions, you can forget the astral body because it has nothing in common with the things you mention in your questions. The Gemuit belongs to the spirit form, in a similar way as the psyche belongs to, or is a part of, the human being's material body. The comprehensive consciousness block has no personality and doesn't think. It is an energetic block for creating, in entire neutrality, a new personality after an incarnation of the spirit form. As the word immortal implies, the three immortal parts continue to exist after death and even when no material body is needed any longer, in the spirit form. Mario posted on Sunday, January 27, 2002 to 5:35 p.m. How old was Jemanuel when you met him? Thank you so much. Mario answer: Hi Mario, about 32 years old. Guru J posted on Monday, January 28, 2002 to 10:09 a.m. Hi Mr. Mayer, according to the Guido Muisbrugger book And Yet They Fly, I came across a name or a Plejaran named Manara, which has been described as a dark-skinned beauty and also a descendant of the Hottentots of Africa by ancestry. Are there many groups of dark-skinned or African allies that would be Plejaran, and if so, how many groups would there be and how advanced are they? Sincerely, Guru J answer: Hi Guru J. Billy used the term dark skin for a skin color you will see when a black-haired European person, like for example in Spain or Italy, was exposed to the sun. Billy didn't mean black, but rather not white like the other Plejarans. However, the shape of her body, face, hair, etc., resembled the race that we call, or were calling, Hottentots here on Earth. The ancestral relationship goes back hundreds of thousands of years. Billy has no information about a number of groups and their evolution level. Since Manara works closely together with the Plejarans, she must be fairly advanced and, therefore, also her people. Hampton Chiu posted on Monday, January 28, 2002 to 12:31 p.m. The self-claimed Tibet monk Grandpa Lobsang mentioned in his book, The Third Eye, published in 1956, that he met with Samjais before 1956. Did he really meet Samjais in person, or in any telepathic communication with Samjais? Answer: Hi Hampton, I didn't find any mention of the name Samjais in Rampa's book. Anyway, Billy doesn't know about Lobsang Rampa, but it is certain that there was no meeting between Rampa and Samjais, or else she would have told him. Billy. Steve M. posted on Tuesday, January 29, 2002 to 12:27 p.m. Hi Billy, I hope you have been well. This may seem mundane to you. There is still much controversy and uncertainty on how the Great Pyramid was built. Could you please shed some light on exactly how the Great Pyramid was built? I understand it was built approx 73,000 years ago. Were other megaliths constructed using the same methods? Salome. Steve answer: Hi Steve, only a very small part of the work was done with the aid of telekinetic devices, forces. Most of the work was executed by about 200,000 slaves, plus animals. Over a time period of many decades, a huge number of the slaves died during this process. Altogether a very impressive work. The megaliths were also constructed by human beings' hand labor. Thomas Hall posted on Wednesday, January 30, 2002 to 12:15 p.m. How does thought directly affect matter? For example, when a spiritual miracle is performed. Thank you for your time. Answer: Hi Thomas. Yes, as you indicate with your quotation marks, there doesn't exist anything like miracles, because everything can be explained and is ruled by the law of cause and effect. It is the consciousness forces that bring about effects and results which the people often call miracles. Mark Giuliano posted on Tuesday, February 19, 2002 to 6:30 p.m. Hi Billy. My dealing with the Earth history has been a pain of unresolved mysteries, as you may suppose. Since about 22 million years ago, Lyrians visited Earth occasionally, so it is assumed that they knew of the Earth before the Moon was captured by it. In Contact 150 says that Moon was a satellite of Earth some million years ago, but how long ago exactly? Could you tell us please? Thank you for your time. Victor. Answer: Hi Victor. First visitors have come to Earth even earlier. Regarding the Moon, we don't have an exact date. Edward posted on Tuesday, February 05 2002 to 1:29 p.m. Many greetings Nukadam John/Billy/Edward. This is Edward and I would like to ask one question. As we know, you are a very old and wise spirit from one of the highest parts of creation, born billions of years ago. My question is, can you please give us a description of how you appeared, in form, material, if in one, on your birth world? Many thanks. Take care, and be very healthy Edward. Alias. Mr. Ed. Answer: Hi Edward. Each appearance onto a planet occurs normally, i.e. through birth, after having been begotten by a father and a mother before pregnancy starts. Linda Williams posted on Saturday, February 09 2002 to 11:43 a.m. Question 1. Hello Billy. Modern scientific laboratories have established a body of evidence for precognition and the concept of predetermined events. Can you speak to the age-old dilemma of free will versus predetermination? Thank you and sincerely, Linda. Answer: Hi Linda. Actually there's no dilemma. It just seems to be one. Each human being is free to decide about his individual future. The human being has a free will, which means that she too, of course, can decide to do or not do a thing, to think in this or that way, etc. Depending on the decision, the future will be shaped and brought into effect. The thought is the cause, the action the effect. Each human being is constantly determining his life. There is no predetermination by God. That which man considers as a predetermination can be changed anytime if the correct measures are taken. Question 2, unanswered in prior round. Hello Billy. There was some discussion on our forum about whether or not you had a time travel encounter with Moses. If you did, can you describe the events taking place in Moses' life at that time and what your general impressions of him were? Thank you. Linda. Answer: Billy's answer is no. He didn't travel back in time to meet Mr. Moses. Lonnie Morton posted on Thursday, February 28, 2002 to 5:49 a.m. Hi Billy. The Pleiadians, Pleiadians claim a common ancestry with us, namely the Lara Vega system. Does this mean that before they migrated to the Pleiades, and before we came to the Sol system, that we were generally on about the same spiritual level or the same age in spirit? If so, then what primary factors have contributed to their evolutionary advancements? Many thanks, Lonnie. Answer: Hi Lonnie. They made a greater effort than we. Besides, they have made peace among themselves about 50,000 years ago, which means they didn't have wars since then. In contrast, we on Earth are still fighting and killing each other, and more than once civilization had to start from the ashes again. Savio posted on Thursday, February 28, 2002 to 7:26 a.m. Hi Billy. Grateful for answering my previous questions in the TJ, Chapter 20 talking about marriage. What has been joined together in this way? Let no human being separate, Because it is against the laws of nature. Why is it that an act of divorce will go against the laws of nature? As divorce is very common nowadays, I need strong logical reasons in backing up this concept. Thank you. Savio answer: Hi Savio, this relates to true love, Empfindungsmassage in contrast to Gefühlsmassage. True love cannot be destroyed, and those who are dwelling in this deep and highly evolved form of love shall not be hampered and be harmed in order to separate the persons. To do so is an act against the laws of nature. The normal case within marriages is feeling-related love, which is quite superficial and is in danger to be dissolved anytime if it is not deep enough. This love form is normally based on and triggered by thoughts, sexual attractions, etc. J posted on Thursday, February 28, 2002 to 8:26 a.m. Greetings Mr. Mayer. This refers to the science and knowledge of reincarnation. Was there any specific spiritual science which dealt and showed humans, or for that matter Plejarians, the ways of remembering reincarnated past lives to develop in each new life when becoming physical again? Is it a possibility? The reason for the question is because in my outside readings there has been claim of such science, but through Vatican, Christian laws or otherwise, they have either destroyed the books for the sake of taking this power away from humans. Thank you, kind regards. J answer: Hi J, such science was never present or taught on Earth. Such claims most probably are simply based on New Age nonsense. Of course, the functioning of reincarnation is a part of the spiritual teachings, and is explained within it. However, on other planets there certainly may be teachings, science regarding remembrance of reincarnations. Scott B. posted on Thursday, February 28, 2002 to 11:23 a.m. Hello Billy, thank you for your previous answers. As I understand it, once a person dies on a planet, he will then reincarnate on this same planet. For beings that have evolved beyond the need for physical bodies, are they also obligated to stay in the region of their home worlds, or do they have the choice to move throughout the universe? Thanks very much Salom. Scott B. Answer: Hi Scott, the beings you mentioned are pure spirit forms, re-ingist formen. Their realm is extended throughout the universe. Arathasatu is the lowest of those realms. They are not bound to a system or planet anymore. Norm posted on Thursday, February 28, 2002 to 12:56 p.m. Hi Billy. This is a follow-up question to one of my previous questions. In Chapter 21 of the TJ manual said, and when you are knowledgeable and live in the truth of wisdom, your spirit and your consciousness will be filled with infinite power. Then everything you command or ask for in prayer, you will receive if you trust in it. How can I use these principles to heal my spinal cord injury? Answer: Hi Norm, in principle it is possible to use these forces/energies/laws, but in order to become capable for this you would have to devote your entire life to this goal, besides possessing the knowledge of how to do it. Steve M. posted on Thursday, February 28, 2002 to 1:13 p.m. Hi Billy. Thank you for your answer to the previous question regarding the Great Pyramid. If I may follow up, for what purpose or purposes was the Great Pyramid built for, and who actually created the design and wanted it built? Wishing you all the best. Thank you for all you've done and all you're doing. Salom. Steve Miranovich answer: Hi Steve. The pyramids were built for protection reasons, to give shelter from a prophesied catastrophe. Beside this, astronomical information was interwoven into the construction. Michael posted on Thursday, February 28, 2002 to 7:18 p.m. Dear Billy, Sam Jays said that the damage from the Christian religion had spread to other systems and galaxies and even caused their destruction. How is this possible when, as crazy as things are here, we haven't yet destroyed our own world over this, at least not to the extent she describes? Salom. Michael Horn answer: Hi Michael. The other ones had more sophisticated weapons and technology to destroy themselves. We are still bound to our planet, luckily, in this respect. We are still in our baby shoes compared to them, in technical aspects. Jean-Pierre Largas posted on Friday, March 01th 2002 to 4:16 p.m. If a slow-moving, primitive, spaceship takes several generations to reach its destination planet, and during this journey babies are born in this ship, therefore increasing its population. Where would the spirit forms come from? If information on this has already been given, please disregard this question. Thanks. Pierre Largas answer. Hygiene Pierre. The spirit forms would come from the nearest planet that is inhabited by human beings, where the people are at least as highly developed, evolved as the people in the spaceship. Chiyu Wang posted on Thursday, February 28, 2002 to 12:07 p.m. Hi Mr. Mayor. Do Plejarant change their teeth more than one time? Or they just like Earth human beings changing the teeth only once when they are young? Thank you for your precious time on Earth. Hampton Chiu answer. Hi Hampton Chiu. A funny, but very close question. Smile. They only change once, like here on Earth. However they would utilize the means, technically, to let grow a third generation if the need arises, but since their teeth are in good health, BTW, Billy once tasted their teeth cleaning means, something like a chewing gum. It tasted deliciously, somewhat sour, and you could get addicted to the flavor of it, he said. James the Truth Seeker posted on Thursday, February 28, 2002 to 2:11 p.m. Greetings Billy. Can you tell us what will happen, or if anything will happen to the Earth, time itself and all of humanity in the year 2012, at the end of the Mayan calendar? A lot of people talk of a great change which will take place, yet I often wonder if this is so, or if it's just a time when the Mayan calendar simply expires. Salome. James the Truth Seeker answer. Hi James. Billy doesn't know. Gaia posted on Sunday, March 03 2002 to 12:41 a.m. I have a question regarding the beamship designs. I guess the dynamics of the flight is similar to how frisbees fly in the air, but, with an advanced propulsion systems at Plejaran's disposal, aerodynamics would be hardly relevant, especially in space travel. So, my question is, why such designs? Because I'm simply not impressed at all of the toy-like shapes of beamships. Answer. Hi. The beamship's form existed even before the first idea for manufacturing a frisbee was glimmering in the head of a person in the last century. According to the Plejarans, this form is the most suitable for traveling through space, which is not empty, by the way. There are dust particles, gases, etc. And the disc-shaped form is very suitable to install their propulsion system. Chiyu Wang posted on Sunday, March 03 2002 to 3 a.m. Hi Mr. Mayor, could you tell me, did Sam Jace contact any people in Tibet during her stay on Earth in the past few centuries? If yes, could you tell us the year and name of the contactees? Thanks. Hampton Chiu answer. Hi Hampton Chiu. No, she didn't. Charlie Sager posted on Sunday, March 03 2002 to 12:03 p.m. Guten Tag Billy, would you consider being a guest on the Art Bell radio show here in the United States? No relationship to Dr. Fred Bell. If you want to get the message of the Plejarans out to a large number of people, this would be an excellent way to do it. Millions of people listen to Art every night. His show is broadcast mostly in the US, but also worldwide by satellite. Art has earned a reputation for having a fair, unedited, unbiased format where guests have up to 4 hours of casual discussion with Art, and listeners can call in and ask questions. Radio is still a main source of many people's connection to news and information. Not everyone has the money to purchase your contact notes, or the money to buy a computer to be able to read this website. Billy, you could do the show on your telephone from your home, with or without an interpreter. Art recently devoted an entire show to discussing your case, experiences with a gentleman named Michael Horn, February 28, 2002. I'm sure Art would love to have you as a guest to go into further details about your ongoing experiences. Please consider it. Art can be contacted by email artbell@mindspring.com, also artbell@aol.com. You can view Art's webpage at www.artbell.com. Thanks. Charlie Sager answer. Hi Charlie. No, he won't. And since Michael Horn made such a good job, he doesn't need to. Smile. Mark Giuliano posted on Monday, March 11, 2002 to 9:57 p.m. Moderator. This question is from Rita Korufan. She asked that this replace her previous question which was removed at her request. I would like to know what are the most healthy foods to eat on the planet right now. Seaweeds. Answer. Hi Rita, what about sauerkraut? The most healthy foods are those that have the best effect on you. And that's an individual thing. Everything that does not diminish your health, and hopefully still tastes fine, is healthy. Diversity could be a motto. Perhaps you could start with avoiding those food types that contain a lot of artificial colors and Betty W., you will not find anything to eat without any traces of poison, because the Earth's atmosphere and the environment, but that's another story. And that's the end of this round of answers. Salome, Christian, Norm posted on Wednesday, May 29, 2002 to 2:01 p.m. Hi Billy. I was wondering if you are familiar with the theories behind the so-called New World Order? Part of the theory is as follows. Secret and not-so-secret groups and organizations are united in trying to create a one-world government that will be secretly governed by them, while at the same time making it seem democratic to the rest of the world. Is there anything you can say about these groups? Thank you. Norm answer. Hi Norm. This is nonsense. It is the imaginary work of people who are trying to make money by writing fantastic books about something that is not true. Their claims and theories only. Lars posted on Wednesday, May 29, 2002 to 7:21 p.m. Greetings Billy. Do you know if Judas Iscariot like Jmanuel is reincarnated now on Earth and what country he may be reincarnated in? If Judas may be reincarnated as a new person, do you think he has access to rewrite any of the lost parts of the Talmud that perished by fire in Lebanon in 1974? And may he have secret contact with Arat Athasatu and Pledgerans? Salam. Lars answer. Hi Lars, we don't give information about any person's past or future incarnations anymore. The person Judas Iscariot was not able to get in contact with spirit forms and had no contacts with extraterrestrials. Mark Giuliano posted on Wednesday, May 29, 2002 to 10:21 p.m. Hi Billy. I'm trying to understand the nature of prophecies and how they are given in your texts. In the prophecies, predictions portion of Contact 251, you mention a prophecy regarding the destroyer comet and how it would collide with not only the Martian moons, but with our moon as well. And you describe in some detail, for instance, how the Earth oceans and lakes would be torn from their beds and evaporate, etc. Since we know that the destroyer has been recently stopped by the Pledgerans, how is it possible that this prophecy can be explained in such dramatic and precise detail when it seems now that it will never come to pass? Is this simply due to the high accuracy of the Pledgerans' probability calculations? Thank you. Mark answer. Hi Mark. When the prophecy was made, it was not known that the Pledgerans would decide to redirect the destroyer comet back to where it originally came from. Regarding the accuracy, even our scientists are capable of calculating the orbit of comets etc. If you know how to calculate, you can bring forth good results. And if the result shows that a certain huge object is coming close to Earth, you can know or imagine the results it will have on the water, wind, volcanoes, etc. Anthea Cossette posted on Thursday, May 30, 2002 to 12:45 a.m. Greetings dear Billy, when I die this life, and my bodily remains are buried intact instead of cremated, can my fluidal forces from this life, or previous lives, be of aid to me in finding the Figu mission again in my next incarnation? Thank you, kind regards and Salome. Anthea answer. Hi Anthea. No. The fluidal forces have nothing to do with this matter. Savio posted on Thursday, May 30, 2002 to 7:24 a.m. Hi Billy, thanks for your explanation on marriage, divorce, true love and laws of nature. While humans still cannot comprehend what is true love, and marriages are mostly based on and triggered by thoughts, sexual attractions, etc., it seems that what Jmanuel has said about divorce is against the laws of nature, cannot be applied to human at this evolution stage, knows only monkey love. Can we say that the church forbade all divorces for thousands of years was a misunderstanding on the words of Jmanuel? Regards Savio answer. Hi Savio, yes, you're right. And you could say that about the church. John posted on Wednesday, May 29, 2002 to 11:29 p.m. Hi Billy, I am curious to know the difference, if any, in physical characteristics between the yellow race ETs and our Asian race. Thank you for your reply. John answer, Hi John. We don't have special information about this. Rick posted on Thursday, May 30, 2002 to 7:14 a.m. Greetings Mr. May. A few days ago, American Mars probe Odyssey discovered water, frozen, on Mars. My question, is there any life on Mars? And if so, please describe its nature. Is it just bacterias or maybe some animal life form? Thank you Rick answer, Hi Rick. There are only bacteria and viruses, no animals or human beings. Michael posted on Thursday, May 30, 2002 to 9 a.m. Hello Billy, regarding the concept of Kundalini, can you explain what this actually is? If it indeed actually exists? Salome, Michael Horn answer, Hi Michael, that's something that does not exist. It's certain people's imagination only, as it is the case with the chakras. Scott B. posted on Thursday, May 30, 2002 to 10:11 a.m. Hello Billy, thanks very much for your help. As I understand it, the pleasuring male may have more than one wife at a time. Do you know how this is arranged on a daily basis? Does each female maintain a separate residence on a separate parcel of land and the male comes to visit each female at different times? Thanks very much Salome. Scott Baxter answer, Hi Scott. Of course there are also pleasuring males who are not married, and there are men who are married to just one woman. Each family, of a maximum of 5 persons, husband, wife, 3 children, and, therefore, each wife has her own house and parcel of land, about 100 by 100 meters. In the case of Quetzal who has 4 wives, all of them live on adjoining parcels of land. And Quetzal himself has his own house too. Somewhere out in the wilderness he built a cabin where he has a vegetable garden, many animals, including cows that he is milking himself when he is there. Funny, isn't it? And in case you are planning to ask what the cows are doing with their milk when he's not there, then the androids have some work to do. There are other families, however, where the wives live in different places. And there are families where the women and children live together, but where each family still has her own residence where she can go to if she wishes. The man is visiting his several families, if there are several, on a regular basis. But, of course, he is always willing and ready to visit all his families anytime if there is a problem, and the wives are there for him too if he is a problem, etc. Edward posted on Thursday, May 30, 2002 to 1:02 p.m. Many greetings Nukadam John/Billy/Edward. I would like to thank you for answering my question concerning the appearance when begotten by a father and mother. So that is very common throughout creation, as beginning in, at a low state of evolution. My new question is, when one is existing on the higher levels without the use of a physical material body and is pure spirit, how does their reincarnation manifest? As I take it, that the mother and father process is not accountable for procreation. Many thanks Billy, take very good care, and be very healthy. Edward answer, Hi Edward. Billy said thank you, the same to you. In the spiritual levels there is no incarnation anymore. There is no flesh, and therefore no carnation. The spirit form, the pure spirit form, is always changing and developing, even in and without steps. The spirit form becomes lighter and develops towards higher levels, and on and on. You could compare it with some colored water. When you slowly but steadily add a lot of water, the color slowly fades away and the fluid becomes clear. Jean-Pierre Largas posted on Thursday, May 30, 2002 to 6:47 p.m. Hi Billy. Thank you for everything. Regarding human inbreeding or consanguinity, should marriages between related persons be avoided and, if so, to what extent? Also, for what reasons? Salome. Pierre Largas answer, Hi Pierre. Basically, to avoid inbreeding has nothing to do with the creative law, but it is a recommendation only. To marry a cousin, for example, doesn't necessarily mean that the children who stem from this marriage will be handicapped physically or mentally. The same is true if a mother sleeps with her son and gets pregnant from him, etc. However, The nearer the relation grade is, the higher the risk that defects of any sort may occur. To see to it that there are no marriages between relatives, or rather children coming from such marriages, is very advisable. There is not only a higher risk of physical defects, but also a weakening of immunity, and an overall weakening of psychic strength, etc. When you talk with a person who is breeding rabbits, cows, horses, sheep, etc., you will learn that it is cared for, that the male animal is frequently exchanged, replaced, and they have good reason. Just ask that person why he is doing this. I.C.F. would say that another good reason for avoiding and not permitting inbreeding, in the case of human beings, is that this ban is some form of protection against incest, a protection for the children to grow up without sexual advances by adults, etc. etc. Lonnie Morton posted on Thursday, May 30, 2002 to 8:35 p.m. Hi Billy, what is the average age of the Pleiadian, Plejarant spirits and the average age of the Earth spirits? If you can tell us the age of the Lyriant spirits on Earth, and the other human races on Earth too, in relation to the Pleiadians, Plejarans, this would help us to see how much more effort we need to put forth to achieve peace, if we are generally of the same age. Regards and Salome. Lonnie answer, hi Lonnie, it's nearly impossible to detect the real age of a spirit form. We do not know when a spirit form has been created by creation, and how long it has been inactively waiting for its first incarnation. Besides, we should not depend our efforts to a difference of age only. Efforts for peace are necessary at all times. Chiyu Wang posted on Thursday, May 30, 2002 to 12:18 p.m. Hi Mr. Mayor, will Jerusalem, the city claimed to be capital by both Israel and Palestine, be governed by three political entities by the year of 2060? Thanks. Hampton Chiu answer, hi Hampton Chiu, we don't know. Terax posted on Thursday, May 30, 2002 to 1:12 p.m. Hello Mr. Mayor, do certain spirits look each other up over several lifetimes, or in another format are they somehow bonded together? Answer, hello Terax, no. However, from time to time, and that could be centuries or millennia, spirit forms may meet again, in the material plane or in the beyond as a we form, but not in a way as the human beings thinks, imagines. James the Truth Seeker posted on Monday, June 3 th 2002 to 9:39 a.m. Greetings Billy, if you can, please find out for us from the Plejarans, information about the Mayans, their calendar, the year 2012, and their ancient stone pyramids of Mexico, North America. Can you then confirm for me, us, if Gabriel took his son Manuel to the Americas during his time, possibly even to see the Mayans themselves? And what you may know concerning the Mormon religion, as you're probably aware of yet another possible prophet in the old Midwest, bringing forth information of Jemanuel visiting the Americas, who had possible contacts with an ET named Moroni. Unfortunately, it would appear that much of this info was again turned into yet another religion focused on Joseph Smith, thus becoming the Mormons. Jim Deardorff then had these comparable photos to share concerning me bringing this all up with him. Unfortunately, images are not loading up here. Enjoy all. James the Truth Seeker answer, hi James. We don't have special information about the Mayans and the Mormons. Jay posted on Monday, June 3 th 2002 to 11:26 a.m. Greeting Mr. Mayer, in the future predictions section of the book, and yet, they fly, there is mention of a technology that will enable man or woman to use special suits designed with anti-gravitational technology to levitate themselves anywhere they wish without having to walk long distances. And is this a technology in which the Plejarans in the home world of Era are using at this time? Or will this be a unique Earth human invention? Thank you Mr. Mayer and be well. Answer, hi Jay, the Plejarans don't use such suits, they travel with the use of beaming. Besides traveling with beam ships, of course. Linda Williams posted on Monday, June 3 th 2002 to 8:25 p.m. Dear Billy, recently, a certain rhetoric has been consistently appearing on our forum that has me somewhat unclear. Can you compare and contrast the concepts of New Age nonsense with New Age sense? Thank you so much. Linda answer, Hi Linda, New Age nonsense really means nonsense or rubbish, like for example channeling, esoteric, parapsychology, spirits and demons, photon belts, conspiracy theories, etc. New Age sense includes or means that what is real, like technological and medical progress, consciousness-related development, wisdom, knowledge, in other words, everything that can be proven or checked/verified/examined. Ritak posted on Sunday, June 2 th 2002 to 10:56 am. Dear Billy, I am wondering if you and or our Pleasurean friends could shed some light on the topic of genetic engineered food. I realize that the Pleasureans do this and that it is successful, but in Canada now 50% of our foods are genetically engineered, and while this is still in the experimental process, it makes me uncomfortable that the government has allowed these experimenters to put this food on the market without labeling so that the consumer cannot choose whether to eat it or not. We don't know yet what the effect of these genetically altered foods will be on the health of the population, or whether there is a danger of losing our natural vegetables, fruits, etc. from crossbreeding that will happen while these foods are planted next to each other. What do you think about this? Thank you and all the best. Salom. Rita Korufan answer, Hi Rita, since the 70s the people are eating more and more, heaps of, genetically engineered food, grain, vegetables, fruit, without knowing, and without suffering any damage. And to all of those who ever ate avocados, that's a vegetable, or does it belong to the fruit category? Which originally was used for feeding pigs only and which was genetically engineered thousands of years ago by extraterrestrials. Klaus Elmberg posted on Monday, June 3 th 2002 to 8:13 am. Hello Billy, your teachings are amazing and make a lot of sense to me. Thank you for taking time to answer our questions. I would like some clarification on the subject of spiritual enlightenment, self-realization. Some teachings refer to this as the end of suffering. Some have a near-death experience. Others experience an energy change in meditation that changes their perspective of life. In your 10th contact with Semjace, she talks about a spiritual awakening, recognizing the spiritual truth that can be achieved by humans. Is spiritual enlightenment in an instant possible, or is it always a gradual process? What really happens in a true spiritual enlightenment? Changes in the body, psyche, Gemat, consciousness? Thank you very much. Love and light / Class answer, Hi Class, the end of suffering is a silly, erroneous Buddhist teaching. Spiritual enlightenment does not exist. However, there is consciousness-related enlightenment, which means the same as to acquire knowledge, wisdom and love. In the 10th contact Semjace was talking about consciousness-related enlightenment. In the early contacts she often used the word spiritual for consciousness-related, because the people then did not yet understand spiritual correctly. Actually, even to this day spiritual is often misused and misunderstood on earth. Consciousness-related enlightenment is a process and influences body, psyche, Gemuat and consciousness, among other things. Lars posted on Thursday, May 30, 2002 to 8:16 p.m. Hello Billy, it was said by Jmanuel in the TJ, that if two women bed down or sleep with each other it is not against creation, because they are conceivers. Are Pleasurean women bisexual then? Lars answer, Hi Lars, some Pleasurean women are bisexual, others not, just as it is the case here on Earth. Regarding the information of women as being conceivers, what is mentioned in the TJ about this means that, under certain situations, a woman is able to conceive a baby from within herself, which is not possible for men. However, this is such a rare occurrence that it nearly never exists, but nevertheless the possibilities still lies within women. In case that someone wants to ask, no, this did not happen with Mary, the mother of Jmanuel. Rick posted on Thursday, May 30, 2002 to 10:58 a.m. Greetings Mr. Mayer. If I remember correctly, Pleasureans mentioned that very few civilizations are capable of hyperspace and time travel. 1. I'm wondering if such advanced technology could be in any way dangerous for universe, i.e. for creation itself. 2. I'm also wondering if Pleasureans perform time travel only after consulting with Arat Athasat or High Council. Thank you Rick. Answer: Hi Rick, regarding question 1. No. Regarding question 2. No. BTW, time travel is not a common way of traveling for the Plejarians. They only do this for important reasons. For example, for investigations, exploration. And they do it on their own decision. Michael posted on Sunday, August 25, 2002 to 11:35 p.m. Hi Billy, about 30 years ago a voice popped into my head and told me some specific things that would occur in the future, some of which already have. Was this, as it said, my future self, or is there a more accurate explanation for what this was? Thank you, Salome. Michael. Answer: Hi Michael. People who hear voices in their head are suffering from a form of schizophrenia. There are many different forms, etc. No, this was not your future self. Lonnie Morton posted on Monday, August 26, 2002 to 12:25 a.m. Hi Billy. Thank you for answering my questions, even though deep down inside I seem to know the answer before it is reaffirmed here. Since the Plejarians are in a different time configuration, dimension to ours, how can their vibrations reach the Earth in our dimension during the peace meditation? And, is this similar to spiritual telepathy? Salome. Lonnie. Answer: Hi Lonnie. Yes, it is spiritual telepathy. They are using special devices to focus the energies which then are directed towards our planet. Hampton C. and Ting Chiu posted on Monday, August 26, 2002 to 12:28 a.m. Hi Mr. Mayer, in contact note 235, to mention that the next high-level spirit contact will happen 761 years later, and he said that in the year of 1990, so next high-level spirit contact will occur in 2751. Would your spirit form involved with that contact with Plejarians and lead to unifying different religion holidays in the year of 2791? Velan Dank. Hampton H. Chiu. Answer: Hi Hampton H. Chiu. There are no answers about Billy's spirit form. Regarding the religions, this process, plague, will last even longer, unfortunately. James the Truth Seeker posted on Monday, August 26, 2002 to 3:09 a.m. Greetings Billy. Even though extraterrestrial intelligences may not be in personal contact with us for many more years to come, is there any chance at all that Plejarians and or other ETs may be in contact with us online on the internet from their home worlds or even beam ships, and perhaps they can have conversations with us in the Figu discussion forum? Imagine what their emails would be like. Example: tweedplejaran.com semjace@era.net gatsal@space.ship. Cheer for your efforts. Thanks. With a Salome. James the Truth Seeker. Answer: Hi James, everything is possible, but much, much less will become a reality. Smile. Savio posted on Monday, August 26, 2002 to 3:41 a.m. Hi Billy. According to Professor Fida Hussein in his book A Search for the Historical Jesus, one of Manuel, Jesus's earlier names was Joshua, where in other languages, Aramaic, Jesurdu, Yusu Persian, Yuzu Arabic, Issa in Kashmir Manuel, Jesus was known as Yuzu Asaph, which derives from Jesu, Yusu, and Joshua. Yuzu Asaph is a Hebrew name, Yusu, Jesu, Joshua, Asaph, gatherer. Any truth in this? Regards Savio. Answer: Hi Savio, regarding Joshua, no. Regarding the rest, maybe. Shannon Gall posted on Monday, August 26, 2002 to 4:41 a.m. Billy, do you know if a civilization's existence deviates from our space-time configuration by a fraction of a second, as the Plejarians does? Is it possible for a different civilization from ours to exist on Earth now in a deviation from our space-time? Thank you. Respectfully, Shannon Gall, Pure Harmony. Answer: Hi Shannon Gall, there exist different civilizations of ours in the past dimensions and future dimensions only. If there exists civilizations in a deviation from our space-time, which is possible, but of which Billy has no knowledge, the planet would look different than our Earth. Norm posted on Monday, August 26, 2002 to 6:25 a.m. Hi Billy. In a follow-up question to my last question on the New World Order, I need to ask you what the following meant. as it relates to a secret and not so secret world government. If there is no new world order, then what were these statements about? During the 232nd contact of November 17, 1989, we have refrained from contacts with Americans, and will do so forever, unless it should happen that this nation and its government and secret government. Later in that same contact it states those who are guided by religious sects or governments with plans aiming at world dominance, as is the case also with certain terrestrial organizations that strive for world dominance. In the book An Open Word verse 1369 it states the following: During the new age of the future 20th and 21st centuries, the destructive beast bearing the number 666 would become active, that is, religious cults, unequal sects as well as secret organizations, would flood the entire mankind with their sectarian madness in delusional beliefs. Contact 241, They can generally be found in religious, sectarian or world reformist circles and circles of liars and frauds in matters pertaining to so-called contacts to alien beings, etc. The same applies to circles of channelers, mediums, Illuminati, among others. Answer: High norm. Secret government means organizations like the CIA, NSA, etc. etc. Certain terrestrial organizations mean certain governmental organizations, parts. In Contact 241, UFO sects, etc. etc. J posted on Monday, August 26, 2002 to 9:34 a.m. Greeting to you Mr. Mayer. My question refers more to the different physical races from the time of the Enoch races nearly 12 billion years ago and have mixed throughout the millenniums. Having read carefully the 251st Contact Notes, in which it gives us a greatly detailed glimpse of the Creator Overlords and the Enoch races, is there a possibility that the Pledgiarans, through the records they may obtain, send us a drawn diagram such as that, similar to the one in And Yet They Fly of the planets, of the physical races, family tree format down to the last detail to how we came to be and how we exist today, since we have so many different races in which conflict with each other here on Earth? Thank you and be well, Billy. Answer: Hi Jay. This would be interesting, indeed, but it would need too many books. Smile. Michael posted on Monday, August 26, 2002 to 7:59 p.m. Hello, my question is about the spirit. I feel that I have a certain understanding of the things that I study and ponder about the spirit, namely, what it is, but how it works, learns, and how it processes knowledge and wisdoms that I, though my own initiative have created, is somewhat a lot harder for me to comprehend. I feel that maybe if I can understand how my brains works, learns, and how it processes knowledge and wisdoms, maybe a link would be found in that will lead me to my answer, even though I understand that the spirit has nothing to do with the consciousness or intellect. I hope my question makes sense. Thank you, Michael. Answer: Hi Michael. The spirit is purely creative energy. Spirit does not learn, but store/gather/save only. Spirit gathers the positive, helpful points, results from the consciousness. Learning is being done with the consciousness, by the person's own initiative. Joseph Royak posted on Tuesday, August 27, 2002 to 1:02 p.m. Hi Billy, before impacting Jupiter the so-called Shoemaker-Levy comet broke up. Can you tell me how a comet can break up and the pieces line up in a straight line? Namaste Joseph. Answer: Hi Joseph. Through gravitational forces in outer space. Linda posted on Tuesday, August 27, 2002 to 8:52 p.m. Dear Billy, I didn't think I was going to ask you this question, but since Lars has opened the door to Pledgiaran women bisexuality, I decided to follow up. There was a rather lively discussion on our border: bisexuality, homosexuality, etc., and what Emmanuel had to say about it, and what you had to say about it. It appears to me that you and Emmanuel differently interpret creational laws, especially with regard to homosexuality. This, of course, raises the obvious issue of the immutability and or changeability of creational laws. Emmanuel says of homosexuality, punish for the violation of creational laws. You say this aberration, or I was born this way, choice is naturally unnatural and should not be condemned or punished. How do you explain the difference between Emmanuel's and your stance regarding creational laws and homosexuality? Sincerely, Linda. Answer: Hi Linda. Emmanuel had to adjust his teachings to the circumstances around him. He had to present his teachings in a form that could be understood by the very ignorant people of those days. And he had to hide certain information in order to protect himself and his disciples from persecution. Much of the meaning within the TJ texts is hidden, or possible is not even included. How would you describe to natives of Papua New Guinea genetic engineering, like for example genetically engineering a man so he would grow a womb and then could become pregnant? This is the homosexuality that is obviously against creational laws. Today it is easier to explain these things, because there is more understanding and more tolerance, etc. At least in some places on Earth. Visa posted on Wednesday, August 28, 2002 to 12:30 p.m. Hello Mr. Mayer, my question is about the Adamski and Menga contact case. Many people have testified in support of Adamski and Menga, that they have seen not only the ships but even the extraterrestrials themselves. Why is it that in the contact notes those cases are considered to be a fraud while there is so much supporting evidence? DHX, Terax. Answer: Hi Terax. Are you a robot? These cases are called a hoax because they really are a hoax, and since the witnesses testified things which they thought to be real, but which were only a figment of their imagination, implanted by very strong suggestive powers, especially in the case of the late Mr. Adamski. Thomas Hall posted on Monday, August 26, 2002 to 2:35 p.m. Hello Billy, I would like to ask what types of information carry over into future incarnations. For example, spiritual only or maybe also aptitudes such as for art or science? Thank you. Answer: Hi Thomas. Nothing is carried over to the next incarnation, equals personality. The only thing that is inherited is genetic information from the parents. Michael posted on Friday, December 13, 2002 to 8:25 a.m. Hi Billy, I want to know if Sam Jace either was, or could have been, forewarned about her accident at the center in the same way that you were told, years in advance, that you would lose your arm. Thank you. Michael. Answer: Hi Michael, if she would have made as you scare, looking into the future, she could have known. However, the Plejarians usually don't look into their own personal future, because knowing one's future is a burden and restricts and influences one's freedom of choice. Norm posted on Friday, December 13, 2002 to 10:04 a.m. Billy, how the heck are we going to stop overpopulation, when economists keep telling everybody this? Economists say that by 2015, Europe will face a declining population. It will need more immigrants, not fewer, if states are going to pay for the pensions and healthcare systems of a graying population. Answer: Hi Norm, that's silly, stupid and nearsighted thinking. It's no solution at all, according to those unreasonable economists, equals in this case egoists. There must be a steady increase of people on a piece of land that is finite. Very silly. After me the flood. The only effective way to stop overpopulation is by exercising a birth rate check. Patton posted on Saturday, December 14, 2002 to 12:15 p.m. From my understanding, there are 3 human lineages from one source mentioned in the Talmud of Emmanuel. These lineages developed in 1, Middle East region 2, Nordic region 3, India region. Are there other sources for other lineages on the earth? If yes, how many lineages exist and in what regions are they developing? Who are the sources for each of those lineages? Thanks. Padma. Answer: Hi Padma. The 3 human lineages are of extraterrestrial origin, the Hyperboreans in the Nordic region, the Aryas people in the India region. There have been other lineages on Earth, in part of extraterrestrial, and the rest of terrestrial origin. Billy doesn't know an exact number of lineages. Chiyu Wang posted on Monday, December 16, 2002 to 12:08 a.m. Dear Mr. Mayer, when you visited to a first time in the space station, he told you that he knows ancient Greek. Do you know why he learned ancient Greek language? Has he been to Greek using time travel? Has he done something that changed the Earth history? Like spreading the concept of democracy? Thank you for your time on this planet. Hampton Chiu answer. Hi Hampton. All Plejarans that live or have lived on Earth have learned several terrestrial languages. Tua learned ancient Greek in Greece, a couple hundred years ago. Tua has a great interest in the Minoan history. He owns many books that are written in ancient Greek. Klaus Elmberg posted on Friday, January 24, 2003 to 4:50 p.m. Hello Billy, I read in and yet they fly about teleportation and the different ways this can occur. I wonder if shape-shifting, changing the physical appearance of the physical body, is possible, through an individual's willpower, consciousness or with the help of technology. If yes, is any human beings on this planet capable of doing this? Thank you very much. Klaus Umberg answer. Hi Klaus, even if it's a very rare thing, shape-shifting is possible. These human beings, Billy knows of such people, who are a special human form or variety, are very far evolved. They must be placed between very highly evolved human beings and the level of the High Council. We people here on Earth are not able to change our shapes or bodies, etc. Norm posted on Saturday, January 25, 2003 to 7:11 a.m. What's the real story behind John, who wrote the book of Revelation in the Bible? Answer. Hi Norm. Billy does not know the story behind the book of Revelation, except that it is about the visions of a human being. However, this book was not written by John, but by some scribes, which, by the way, has also happened regarding all other biblical books. Edward posted on Saturday, January 25, 2003 to 1:12 a.m. Many greetings Billy. Edward. Veal dank for answering my last question concerning Buddha's earlobes. Knowing he had no Plejaran connection, but I would still like to know why he has long earlobes in his images. Can you please give me an answer if possible? Veal dank knuckles. Edward. Answer. Hi Edward. Billy does not know. As far as he knows, Buddha had earlobes that were of normal length. On the other hand, what is normal? There are people here on Earth who have longer earlobes than others. BTW, Billy's earlobes are not the shortest ones, too. Chiyu Wang posted on Saturday, January 25, 2003 to 1:14 a.m. Hi Mr. Mayer, you mentioned that Tua is interested in Minoan history, and own many books that are written in ancient Greek. I assume those books are related to Minoan history. If I am correct in my history knowledge, Minoan civilization existed from 2600 BC to 1000 BC, and Tua, RJHWH, is only around 800 years old, so if no time travel involved, he would be possibly lived on this planet from 1200 AD to 2000 AD, and I remember Plejaran only have bases on this planet in last 300 years or so. Do you know, did Tua time travel to the past time point in Greece? Could you please reply? I am not sure if Tua told you not to say anything about this. Peace. Hampton Chiu answer. Hi Hampton. Billy really does not know regarding the time travel, and when he says he does not know, he means he does not know. Jay posted on Saturday, January 25, 2003 to 12:58 p.m. Greetings Billy. Is the extraterrestrial of long ago who instructed Jemanuel and the Prophet Muhammad, Gabriel and all the missions of the past still in the same spiritual level of human form from long ago, or has he passed on to the petal levels? Answer. Hi Jay. The spirit form that was in Gabriel at that time presently is in Quetzal. BTW, Quetzal must still evolve for billions of years until he, or rather his spirit form, will reach the petal level, because the latter is the highest spirit level before creation itself. The lowest pure spirit level is the Aratathasata level, and the level just prior to it is the level where the so-called High Council exists, named High Council by the Plejarans. Cf. J.P. Largas posted on Saturday, January 25, 2003 to 5:48 p.m. Please share any information which can be given to us on Melchizedek, or the original person mentioned in Genesis 14:18-20. Answer. Hi Jean-Pierre. Billy does not know about him. Lonnie posted on Saturday, January 25, 2003 to 6:22 p.m. Hi Billy. Concerning marriage, the Errands practice sexual abstinence until about 70 years of age in order to give undivided attention to their spiritual development. With so much promiscuity and immorality prevalent in the world today, as well as peer pressure to conform, what things should young people be thinking about until they reach the recommended age, 30 for men and 25 for women, to enter a responsible commitment? And what are the advantages in this day and time for maintaining singleness, like Sam Jace and other good examples? Regards, Lonnie Morton. Answer: Hi Lonnie. There are advantages of being single as well as of being married. This depends on each person's individual needs and goals, etc. etc. If Sam Jace, who is a widow, does not want to marry again, she will have her private reasons. The Pledjarans do not know divorce anymore since thousands of years. They do marry only if they are really sure that there is real love between each other, husband and wife/wives. It is possible that two persons are engaged with each other for 50 years, as an example, and then come to the conclusion that they will separate again and not marry. Each couple that wants to marry will first separate for a time span of 2 years. They travel to separate distant worlds in order to live and work there, and they don't see each other during that time. This is their own test of whether or not they feel true love for each other. Regarding the abstinence, Pledjarans may have intercourse with each other even if the two persons are not yet married. The only condition is that no child is begotten and that both have good and positive feelings etc. for each other. Prostitution has not place in this, obviously. They don't lead a life of promiscuity where they jump from one bed to the other, and most probably they don't have one-night stands. Betty W., the 30 and 25-year recommendation, as part of Figu's overpopulation measures, is an average number only, because the suitable age for marriage depends individually on the signs of the zodiac. As can be read in the contact notes, the average number, age, ensures that a couple, especially a woman, can still have children. Young people should focus rather on their education, learning, a profession, and working than direct their main focus on going to bed with each other as often with as many different partners as possible. And above all, they should strive to become independent, mature, consciousness-related, reliable, self-responsible and self-sustaining, decent and critical citizens before they marry and beget a child. This is quite a long list, and it could even be longer, but for a start it should be enough. Scott B. posted on Monday, January 27, 2003 to 3:27 p.m. Hello Billy. This may seem an odd question, but I was curious. Does the Pledjaran male experience hair loss as many males here on Earth do? The images of Svath, Tru and Quetzal seem to show them with a full head of hair. I don't know whether hair loss here on Earth is considered normal throughout the universe, or is it something due to the many environmental problems here on this planet. Thanks. Salome Scott Baxter. Answer: Hi Scott. Billy cannot remember having seen bald-headed men during his visit on Era or his travels into his giant ship. Of course hair loss does occur on other worlds, too. At least the chance of a yes is much greater than a no. Since we are not the only human beings in the entire universe, we terrestrial men are not the only ones suffering of this kind of loss. Cf. Dan Fredrickson posted on Sunday, January 26, 2003 to 12:14 a.m. Hi Billy, do you know of the Illuminati? Are they good or bad? If you don't know of this and other groups on Earth that has had advanced knowledge of ET existence for many years, how do you then feel about the Pleiadians keeping this information even from you? Dan. Answer: Hi Dan. This is a religious European sect, a very small minority, no world organization. There is much hearsay about this group, and much fantasy, fiction about it. Ilka posted on Sunday, January 26, 2003 to 5:12 a.m. Greetings, Billy. It is said that beauty is in the eyes of the beholder, which is commonly regarded as obvious. But is there a link between a person's sense of aesthetics and his level of spiritual evolution? Is there such a thing as absolute beauty, as in that all spiritually advanced people have an identical conception of beauty? Or is it always purely a matter of personality, and thus, the environment that has shaped it? Thanks. Answer: Hi Ilka. Yes, the higher the level of spiritual evolution, the higher the person's sense of aesthetics and beauty. One's personality also plays a role in this. No, there is no absolute beauty. The higher one's evolution, the more beauty is or may be seen in things that other people regard as ugly, etc. James the Truth Seeker posted on Monday, January 27, 2003 to 10:27 a.m. Greetings Billy. If soulmates do not exist, yet we forms do exist, can you share with us then why there may be very few people out there that we may feel an affinity for in terms of potential mates? And what is the secret of affinity which seems to far exceed beyond just sexual attraction? Thanks with a Salome, James the Truth Seeker. Answer. Hi James. Basically all spirit forms are connected with each other as a we form. As you correctly stated, what you call affinity may be felt when you meet a person whose personality, consciousness is of a nearly conform level as yours. The closer the evolutionary level of a person is to the one of another human being, the more they are similar in character, nature, Wesensverwandt in German. Each person has a personality that may be well received by, have an effect on, certain other persons. In other words, we could talk here of relationship, affinity of consciousness. Jan B. Posted on Tuesday, January 28, 2003 to 10:48 p.m. Dear Billy, I understand that according to the creational directives there should be established a limit of 3 children per one family, or union respectively, on our planet. But from time to time we can hear that quadruplets, quintuplets and morlets were born. Is it a form of a natural unnaturalness caused by creational laws due to overpopulation and certain degeneration? Is it correct to assume that on other worlds, where humans live according to creational laws, then quadruplets, etc., cannot be born? Can it happen to plegarians? Thank you for your time and answer. Salome Jan Bear. Answer. Hi Jan. This is an entirely natural thing that occurs among human beings, animals, birds, etc., and even among universes, and of course this can, and does, occur on other worlds too. It's an act of nature, even if it can also be artificially achieved with medical means. Savio posted on Friday, December 13, 2002 to 7:46 p.m. Hi Billy, I have a question on spiritual evolution. We know our spirits can evolve or progress only by taking a material lifetime and through making mistakes. How would an entity at higher level who is without a body could achieve progress or evolve? Do they have to make mistakes just the same? Regards Savio. Answer. Hi Savio. No. They don't make mistakes anymore. They evolve through being creative, on a purely spiritual level. Jay posted on Friday, December 13, 2002 to 8:13 p.m. Greeting Mr. Mayer. Since most of the Plejaran contacts are very limited these days for you, if that is the case, my question to you is this: are you any time in the near future making another trip to any of the home worlds of the Plejarans? Answer. Hi Jay. Billy doesn't know. Perhaps he will, perhaps not. There is no precise plan. James the Truth Seeker posted on Friday, December 13, 2002 to 10:43 p.m. Greetings Billy. Is there any chance that you can go back in time with the Plejarans for us to get pictures of Atlantis, Mu, and Hyperborea? And while you're at it, perhaps rescue the real TJ before it was destroyed by fire? Just something to think about. James. Answer. Hi James. The answer is no. Regarding the TJ, if an object has been destroyed, it is absolutely impossible to travel back into the past to rescue the object prior to its destruction. The only possible thing would be to go back into the past and making photographs etc. of it. J.P. Largas posted on Saturday, December 14, 2002 to 11:32 a.m. Hi Billy. I'm not sure I'll word this effectively, but I have to try in spite of this. I have grown up in a society which has conditioned parts of my mind into erroneous ways of thinking, feeling, as we all. An example, although I know that all human races are equal to me, us, and I, we should not judge anybody based only on skin color, and I try to, with some success, rid myself of thoughts contrary to this. I still cannot totally eliminate all my erroneous thoughts, feelings on this. When I actually do meet some of these races, or identifiable groups, I still feel, and experience, some of these erroneous mental, emotional effects. From my previous social conditionings, the same seems to apply when I meet, face-to-face, homosexual males, as yet another example, etc. The question is this: are there any insights/methods/thoughts/suggestions or existing figure publications, etc., which might help us in our efforts towards eliminating within ourselves, evolving past any such erroneous feelings/thoughts? Any information/redirections whatsoever will be most greatly appreciated, even if only a clue or two to point us in a more productive, effective direction. Thanks lots for everything. Pierre. Answer: Hygiene. Pierre. The only way to overcome such erroneous ways of thinking and feeling is through trying to be aware of one's thinking and feelings. It means to neutralize one's emotions, to work with one's thoughts and feelings. False education and religions, of course, are a very important source of prejudices and unreasonable thinking. The process of getting rid of prejudice and erroneous thinking, etc., can last for years, even for a lifetime. It's hard work to neutralize everything. You should constantly try to see things as they are, and not as they should be. Regarding a publication, I recommend that you read McTeague Duncan cf. Ilka, posted on Saturday, December 14, 2002 to 2:11 p.m. A kind of philosophical question. My way of thinking is that I'm sort of a prisoner of myself, because I can only be certain of my own existence, not of anyone else's or anything outside my mind and pure logic. So I'm obviously intrigued by these teachings about spiritual evolution and would like to know if you can say that, at some point of evolution, one can overcome these barriers of self and really become one with everything else, thus being able to be absolutely certain about everything, and if so, does one's subject still keep on existing? Or is this kind of thinking actually useless and flawed? Many thank yous, Mr. Mayer. Answer: Hi Ilka. What you can do is as follows: 1. Exercising self-realization and recognize yourself as, like, you really are. 2. Starting to explore within yourself what is the essence of knowledge. The effectiveness of truth can only be found within oneself. P.S. The barriers of self can be overcome, will be overcome, when you have evolved to a state of being where you don't need a physical body any longer. However, this will need a couple of million years. Smile. Cf. Inja Wickstrom, posted on Saturday, December 14, 2002 to 4:48 p.m. Greetings Mr. Mayer. If so, where in our universe are there people who have about the same defects on their genes as we Earthlings have, and how long is an average real human life in the universe? Kind regards, Inja. Answer: Hi Inja. Billy doesn't know. BTW, there are also great differences regarding the human being's lifespan here on Earth. Scott Whitney, posted on Saturday, December 14, 2002 to 6:54 p.m. Dear Billy, if I understand correctly, it is normal for a sufficiently developed planet to foster its own lineage of the human life form directly from the Earth's slime. Assuming no outside intervention from traveling, migrating human races, is it possible to describe the physical form of an early stage of human life form? In other words, what does an early stage of human life look like when it is in the beginning stages of development? Salome, Scott. Answer: Hi Scott. It looks like a wobbling mass, or before that as bacteria, as chains of molecules, etc. BTW, there are also extraterrestrial influences involved in this process, because amino acids, bacteria etc. are also transported by meteorites, etc. Just today, January 21, 2003, I read in the Tagesanzeiger an article about this topic. Persons named Milton Wainwright and Chandra Wickramasinghe of Sheffield University, Fems Letters, Gerda Hornack of Deutsches Luftanraumfahrtzentrum, Keiko Nakamura, Kobe University, Japan, Michael Zolinsky of NASA's Johnson Space Center, Helmut Rosenbayer of Max Planck Institute for Aeronomy at Katlenburg, Lindau, cf. Anthony Edge, posted on Saturday, December 14, 2002 to 3:37 p.m. Hello Billy. There has been a lot of debate recently on whether life might exist on a moon in our solar system called Europa. Could you confirm or deny this suggestion? If the answer is a denial, then do you know of the nearest planet or moon to the Earth that supports animal or human life forms? Many thanks, Anthony. Answer: Hi Anthony, if you mean non-human life, then the answer is yes. You will find microorganic life on many moons, planets, like for example thermobacteria, etc. Edward posted on Sunday, December 15, 2002 to 6:01 a.m. Many greetings Billy, Edward. Since I was small and saw Buddha in a book with long ear lobes, the question that still arises to me then and today is, was his ear lobes really that long, and did this have relation to the Plejarans, knowing that the Plejarans also have long ear lobes, or exaggerated made on his images by past followers or by others? In other words, was he in some way or another of Plejaran connection/seed? Many thanks. Take care. Edward. Answer. Hi Edward. The answer is no. Rick posted on Sunday, December 15, 2002 to 5:16 p.m. Hello Billy, one person asked you before about possibility of exchanging informations with Plejarans via internet. I know it sounds funny, but I find this idea very interesting. As we know, personal contact with Plejarans are impossible due to different spiritual levels, but does it also include contact via letters or emails? Do you think it would be possible in the future to receive Plejarans' advices by Figu core group by internet? Please treat this question seriously. Best regards Rick. Answer. Hi Rick, nearly everything is possible, but not in this case. This would be against their directives. George Madisky posted on Monday, December 16, 2002 to 10:49 a.m. Hello Billy. Is the impending red meteor event still on? It will rip a gush in Europe from Baltic Sea to Black Sea. Is it fair to ask you this? When you say impending, does that mean within next 20 years, 50 years, or what does that word really imply? Will this event stop the growth of the food crops for few years and consequently cause famine, leading to war for food sources by nations who have nothing to lose? Desperate regards George Madisky. Answer. Hi George, it is still on its way. It has not yet been discovered. Well, officially Billy doesn't know. Smile regarding the end question. No, and the Earth will not explode. Lonnie posted on Tuesday, December 17, 2002 to 5:15 p.m. Hi Billy, in your latest writing translated into English, Human Being of the Earth Listen, you wrote, the human being has to learn to create peace and freedom and take the rudder out of the hands of the tyrants, despots, fanatics, anarchists and terrorists and break their bloody might. But this should not take place with more or other tyranny and terror, fanaticism and despotism. There have been many peaceful demonstrations in protest of a possible coming war, but these rarely do any good. What is the best and the most practical way of taking the rudder out of the hands of these people and breaking their bloody might? The Figu and those who respect the teachings are striving to create peace and freedom among ourselves. Is there something more we can do individually or as a community? This is indeed a difficult task. I am of the certainty that it starts with us individually, with our own spiritual development first and foremost in carrying out the mission. Regards and Salome. Lonnie Morton. Answer. Hi Lonnie, first the peoples must create a good voting system, without any political parties/factions. And the peoples must elect the right persons, i.e. only persons who are striving, working for selfless aims, who are living and acting in a decent and just way, and no persons who are aiming, striving at, for power and destruction like Mr. Bush, Saddam Hussein etc. etc. The people must appear as a unit and should not let the governments rule alone. However, there is a long way to go, because the people must first learn to think and act correctly. It must look out for persons who are sincere, good, intelligent, selfless and decent people. Demonstrations are a form of war. The voting system of the Plejarans is as follows. If there is an issue that must be voted by the population, the facts are presented to everybody in a neutral way, pro and contra, and 3 hours later the entire population of a planet will vote about the issue. There is no discussion of the issue in advance. David Everett Chance posted on Tuesday, December 17, 2002 to 10:48 p.m. Hello Mr. Mayer. Concerning the Talmud of Manual, were the scrolls preserved in a block of resin or a fabricated box composed of resin? In other words, were the scrolls themselves covered in resin, or were the scrolls placed into a box fabricated from resin? Thank you, David. Answer. Hi David, the scrolls were wrapped in animal skin, and everything was covered in resin. Savio posted on Saturday, January 25, 2003 to 8:20 a.m. Hi Billy, I refer to and yet, they fly page 14 where Quetzal was talking about the vibration of Earth human. As a rule, vibrations of Earth human reach a distance of 90 meters, which is why it is imperative that this distance be maintained and Earth humans do not get closer to us than this exact distance. I have a question regarding the severe injury of Sam J's colon. As the vibration of Earth human can reach 90 meters, that is quite a long distance. Why was it that Sam Jace did not sense or affect by the proximity of that Figu member but only got shocked when he was right at the door? Thanks Savio. Answer: Hi Savio, the reason was that Sam Jace did not wear her protection device because she felt safe in that room where she met with Billy. Due to the structure of that room, a certain kind of protection screen or shield was given. Linda posted on Saturday, January 25, 2003 to 7:40 p.m. Hello Billy, there has been some discussion about near-death experiences, and my question addresses these. Having been a hospice worker for a number of years, I can tell you that many dying people and their surviving loved ones cling to the hope of reuniting with their departed loved ones. In near-death experience research, there are a number of reports of someone coming back having been told, quite specifically by a recognizable loved one, "It is not your time, you must go back." How do you explain this kind of near-death experience? Very sincerely, Linda. Answer: Hi Linda, this has to do with the loss of oxygen in the brain during the agony, which produces the light tunnel through the nerve cells in the eyes, combined with the belief, the wishes and the fantasy of the persons who returned from the threshold of death, but who hadn't been dead. Of course, in the beyond you will not find any figures, persons, or shapes etc. because there are none there. Barreto posted on Friday, March 28, 2003 to 9:36 p.m. Dear Mr. Billy Mayer, have you seen, read my work on anti-logos and open letter to GWB? I sent it to BK to show to you. I hope you liked it. I wrote the sole truth there, nothing else. I can print it, sign it and send it by normal mail, airplane. Truth shall prevail. Dear Herr Billy Mayer and liebe Frau BK from Brazil to you, MIT Vielen liebe Hi J. Yes, Billy did receive your information, and I will translate it, but this needs some time. You will know why. Best regards, Christian. Answer: no additional answer. Jerome posted on Saturday, March 29, 2003 to 12:02 a.m. Have you ever made wedding cake beam ship footage which fits the following description? A wedding cake beam ship hovers above a green hill. However, contrary to the wedding cake beam ship footage on the OSNet, reportage in one of the middle layers of the beam ship shows movement. In this layer, because of the movement each 4-5 seconds, a line of rectangular openings is revealed. This movement looks a bit like the movement of the gills of a fish which open and close. The layer showing the movement might be the layer beneath the layer with the spheres or the layer with the spheres. I think I've seen something like this on TV about 6 years back and want to check in this way whether I'm mistaken about this or not. Regards, Jerome Jansen. Answer: Hi Jerome, Billy really made a second video of the wedding cake ship, about 10 to 12 minutes. He filmed Quetzal flying around a tree and up the slope of a hill, with the 7-meter ship. Unfortunately the video was stolen even before Billy could make a copy of it. At the center, Billy suspects who it was, but even a search done by Tuan or Quetzal brought no result. We would be very interested to know where you saw that video. Class posted on Saturday, March 29, 2003 to 5:16 a.m. Dear Billy, does any of the unknown races, Hyperboreans and the blue-skinned race and others, participate in the peace meditation, or do they do their own meditation or work towards the same goal in some other ways? They must also be concerned about the madness of the surface humans. Thank you for your excellent written material, in particular in Furung Indai meditation, which at the present time is helping and encouraging me a lot on my path. Love, Class. Answer: Hi Class, Hyperboreans don't live on Earth anymore. They have emigrated to the Plejaran Federation. The blue-skinned race will not participate in the peace meditation, most probably. It's fine to hear that the book Ein Furung Indai meditation is of help for you. Scott posted on Saturday, March 29, 2003 to 5:09 p.m. Hello Billy, thanks very much for answering my previous questions. During these times on this planet there is much stress and trauma which humans are exposed to on an increasing basis. If a person is exposed to a traumatic event or is exposed to a very stressful event which results in the person being affected in many ways such as anxieties, fears and many other related symptoms, what can a person do to recover and can these symptoms be overcome? I understand this is a general question, but my main concern is the stress placed upon a person's psyche during out of the ordinary experiences. Thanks again very much. Salome Scott Baxter. Answer: Hi Scott. A person can, should, do the following: find calmness, free oneself, break away, loosen from the problem, direct oneself to something else, confront oneself with reality as it really is, unite with reality, in thoughts and feelings. Norm posted on Saturday, March 29, 2003 to 2:18 p.m. Why were the ancient ETs obsessed with the Hebrews and Israel? It seems they were always making contact with them over the past centuries, more so than any other Earth human group. Answer: this only appears to be so, probably because the Pentateuch, Torah, most of it being completely fictitious, is so world famous, at least in the Western world. In almost all cases the contacts of the ETs were with an individual only, and never with groups and entire peoples. These individuals were the mediators/heralds/prophets. Besides, there were ET contacts all over the world, in Greece, Egypt, Italy, North, Central, and South America, Mesopotamia, India, China, etc. And today there is also one in Switzerland. Mjilbo one posted on Saturday, March 29, 2003 to 4:38 p.m. Hi Billy. I was wondering if Bigfoot will be proven to the world, or mainstream scientists, at some point in the near future. Answer: Hi MG. Billy doesn't know, as well as in the case of the Yeti, the Sasquatch, and the reptiles in the heart of Africa. Michael_D posted on Sunday, March 30, 2003 to 8:13 a.m. Greetings Mr. Mayer. I understand that you regard astrology as a useful discipline for assessing personality, character and for predicting future events when properly applied. I further understand that it's possible to determine the time and manner of death through astrology. In the event of mass death, like during the Second World War with the dropping of atomic bombs on Hiroshima and Nagasaki, Japan, when tens of thousands died at virtually the same instant, did the victims have common astrological factors in their chart indicating this manner and time of death? With the prophesized, predicted World War III, is there a distinguishable astrological signature in the zodiac that portends the beginning and ending of this catastrophic event? It is a privilege communicating with you, Mr. Mayer. Thank you for allowing this opportunity. Michael D. Answer: Hi Michael. Astrology, the real one, is useful for knowing one's character, or to form one's character, etc. But for predicting the future other means are necessary: probability calculations, preview of the future, Zukunftsschau, etc. Note by cf. If the death date would be determined by astrology, all dead persons in Hiroshima would have had the absolutely same astrological birth date or horoscope. Truthseeker posted on Sunday, March 30, 2003 to 5:08 p.m. Greetings Billy. Your answer to my last question concerning the secret to affinity was the best ever. I wish to leave Earth on a UFO and continue my spiritual evolution in a more peaceful existence elsewhere in the universe where there is no war, disease, overpopulation, religions, money, New Age nonsense, altered genes, crime, substance addictions, poverty, abuse, emotional instability, etc. Not live with plegiarans who are so far beyond my own evolution, but rather be with those other ETs who were going to make contact with Earth at the turn of the millennium, but did not for obvious reasons. A world of cars, bars and beer was just never my interest. I feel aware the responsibilities of this decision and the requirement of reasonable thinking. Perhaps we can arrange something here. Salome from Canada. James the Truth Seeker. Answer: Hi James, with the emphasis on perhaps. J posted on Sunday, March 30, 2003 to 9:52 p.m. Dear Mr. Mayer, thank you for that great response to who Gabriel is in the spirit form now. That came as a strong surprise to me, in part to that question, being that Quetzal is aware that his spirit form is that of Gabriel, and if so, by what means was used to identify and trace the spirit energy to him. Best regards, J. Answer Hi J. The Aratathasata, and even the Petal level, were involved, if that is what you are asking. Savio posted on Monday, March 31, 2003 to 6:01 a.m. Hi Billy, further to my recent question regarding the vibration of Earth human having impact on more evolved ETs, I would like to ask, would animals/insects/plants have vibrations as well? Is it necessary for the Pleiadians to protect themselves from the vibrations of their pets? Thanks Savio. Answer Hi Savio. Yes, animals, insects and plants have vibrations as well. No, the Pleiadians don't have to protect themselves from their vibrations, because they, animals, etc., have an instinctive and urging consciousness, instinct untribustn, in contrast with human beings who own a conscious consciousness. Edward posted on Sunday, March 30, 2003 to 3:46 a.m. Hi Christian. Yes, I have noticed Billy had somewhat longer earlobes than the average person. I have no question at this time, but would like to thank Billy for answering my question. Veal dank Billy. MIT gut Jasundiite. Edward. Answer Hi Edward, thank you, too. Billy uses the opportunity to present his thanks to all those of you who are also striving for truth. A special soft posted on Monday, March 31, 2003 to 4:28 p.m. Greetings Mr. Mayer. I am posing this question to you. Did some Hollywood producers or directors of film create movies which entail a lot of the information in Contact 251? This question intrigues me to no end, since a lot of movies these days have a very similar plot lines as your 251st Contact. Thank you. Hope this is not too long. Answer Hi E. Billy only knows of one project from Canada that is still in its prenatal state. Smiley face. Torrent posted on Monday, March 31, 2003 to 11:12 p.m. Hi, Billy. I would love to ask how much willpower can affect our lives. This has been the most important issue for me, and I have even tried to test it myself through trials and failures. We find so many books regarding this issue, and authors of those books, ranging from New Age channelers to normal self-development preachers, all assert that our willpower has a highly complex, powerful energy to shape our own lives and even determine every single event happening around us. I have been so fascinated with that idea, which I believe is so true, that I have tried very hard to maintain my positive thoughts and done my best to bring better things into my life for the last few years, but things didn't go well so far. There are some phrases referring to willpower in Talmud of Jmanuel or figure writings, but, as far as I remember, I couldn't find any detailed explanation in them about how it plays a role in our lives. Question 1. Does it really play an important role in our lives? If so, how much? 2. If there are some exceptions to the effects of willpower, such as destiny, what should we do? I just met a very famous fortune teller who told me that I couldn't achieve my goals no matter how much I tried for the last several years, because it was predetermined that way, and it devastated my heart. All my trials and endeavors couldn't change my destiny. When willpower doesn't seem to work out, it really hurts, and I sometimes think I'd better not believe I can change my life. Now I strongly believe that our destinies are much more powerful than our willpower, because, for example, normal Americans who are just born in America can enjoy an above-average standard of living without much effort, while those poor Iraqis can't avoid hunger, poverty, and even bloody war no matter how much they try to exert, on an individual level, their own willpower. Please fix me if I am wrong with your own full logical explanation. I believe this would also help a lot of people in the same situation. Thanks. Answer Hi Torrent. The more powerfully a human being looks after his thoughts and feelings, the more he influences himself. This is a process that needs, or can need, a very long time, especially with adults. Contrary to children, what you call willpower is a process that consists of at least 3 factors: idea, imagination, Vorstellung. Motivation. If these factors are missing, you will not achieve a goal. Your famous fortune teller is in fact a charlatan and dangerous for the sanity of people. What he said is absolutely unreal and untrue. There is never a predetermination that somebody or someone does not achieve anything. That's really nonsense. Each human being has the same chances as long as he has the right motivation. A determination, best among, is constantly affected by the person through what he thinks and how he acts. If a person is in line with the correct motivation, he will be successful. Each human being has to lead his life through his own initiative, without transferring responsibility to any church or gods, etc. Keep a wide distance between you and any fortune teller. Joe_Joe posted on Wednesday, April 2 th 2003 to 5:28 am. Hi Billy, I am an American unsupportive of the actions of my president and country in Iraq and in other parts of the world where we seek to impose our will through political, military, and economic intrigues to further our own self-interests. I am also more than a bit apprehensive after reading your prophecy of the annihilation of America in the upcoming World War III as the rest of the world extracts its revenge on America for instigating this war. I am apprehensive because I don't have my own house in order and I live only 35 miles as the crow flies from New York City, certain to be carbonized. My question to you is twofold. As an American unsupportive of the activities that will ultimately lead to the destruction of my country, will it make any difference to my spiritual evolution and next incarnation whether I accept the fate of my fellow countrymen and die in America, or if I follow my instincts for self-survival and seek refuge in a country that will be less affected by World War III than America? In the first scenario, I will live the next 3 or more years knowing I am doomed to die, helpless to do anything to prevent it, and in the second scenario I will be doing something active to extend my life, potentially giving myself opportunity for further spiritual development in this lifetime. Of the English-speaking countries that might be willing to accept me, New Zealand seems to have the most logical position towards war, that they will only engage in war for purposes of self-defense and they neither have nor will accept nuclear arms. In your prophecy of the upcoming World War III, almost all life is said to be extinguished in the Northern Hemisphere, but there is no specific mention of the war's effects in the Southern Hemisphere. My question is this: will the people and country of New Zealand survive the upcoming World War III? Your American friend, Jojo. Answer: Hi Joe_Joe. It's not important where a person lives compared to what one makes out of one's life, how one thinks and acts. If World War III really becomes a reality, nobody will be safe anywhere. No country will be spared from the effects. Gabrielle Doru posted on Thursday, April 3 th 2003 to 12:48 p.m. Greetings Billy. What is the main difference between a human spirit form and an animal spirit form? I wish you all the best. Gabrielle Doru. Answer: Hi Gabriel. A human spirit form is aware of itself, but it is not active in order to be consciously acting. There is an evolving consciousness, evolutive Bewusstsein. With a human spirit form you are able to say, I know, therefore I am. The human being has a conscious consciousness, Einbewusstsein, and the animal has an instinctive and urging consciousness, Instinct Antriebewusstsein. The animal is not conscious, aware of itself. The animal spirit form only suits, adapts itself to the life and location where the animal is living. There is no higher evolution. George posted on Saturday, April 5 th 2003 to 1:09 p.m. Billy, is there a triangular power pyramid emitting force field set up on Earth dimensionally shifted, with its base points being Giza, Bermuda and Japan? Reason I'm asking is because my friend inventor, no college degree, built a triangular base pyramid metal height of 7 inches with some secret apparatus inside of it based on this assumption, and this pyramid when pointed with one side flush to north, emits a field in the radius of 40 meters that successfully neutralizes, cancels all of the underground water radiation crosspoints. We checked that with dowsing copper wire rods. When small pyramid is not flush north on one side, I can detect again with dowsing rods all 18 underground water radiation points that are present under my house. Regards George. Answer: Hi George. The answer is no, and the second answer is, That's hardly possible. Chiyu Wang posted on Monday, April 07 2003 to 5:34 p.m. Hi Mr. Mayor, I am trying to locate Mr. Anthony Shine mentioned in figure bulletin number 5. Is he still alive? If yes, what would be the best way to locate this person? I sent out dozens of postcards, but no luck. Thank you. Hampton Chiu answer. Hi Hampton, according to Quetzal he died while being a prisoner in North Vietnam. He was tortured and maltreated. Edio Boy posted on Tuesday, April 08 2003 to 3:01 p.m. Dear Mr. Mayor, being that some people in the creative arts, such as writing and movie making, receive impulse contact inspiration that leads them to write books or make television programs and movies about life in the future. Are you aware of any such works that accurately portray the events of the coming World War III and life on Earth in its aftermath? Thanks, Ed. Answer. Hi Ed. The answer is no. Slow posted on Friday, April 11, 2003 to 12:50 p.m. Knowing what you do about the prophecies and predictions of the upcoming end of days, what do you recommend to people who ask your advice on how they can survive? What, if anything special, are you doing to enhance your chances of survival? Answer. Hijlo. The people must see that they find themselves in the first place, from within themselves, and to lead a just and correct life, to make the best of their lives. Flight makes no sense. You can be hit everywhere when the big blow really occurs. Norm posted on Wednesday, May 21, 2003 to 8:19 a.m. What can you tell us about the crystal skulls found in Central America? Answer. Nothing. Billy has no special information about that skull. Michael posted on Wednesday, May 21, 2003 to 8:54 a.m. Dear Billy, regarding the humans created to protect the Syrians eons ago, how is possible that their spirit forms were developed enough that the humans could be functional as soldiers? In other words, doesn't it take millions of years of evolution to attain the necessary level of evolution, abilities, intelligence, etc.? It would seem that a lot of evolution was skipped over, and, if the average indigenous Earth human spirit form is tens of millions of years old, how is that possible if human life on Earth is far more recent? Also, in other words, where could these spirit forms have evolved if indeed they are so much older than when human life actually first appeared and developed on Earth? Answer. The Syrians did create those fighting, aggressive people from human beings of old peoples of the Enoch lineage. They did not use new spirit forms for their genetic project. They did manipulate normal human beings who already had had many prior incarnations, reaching further back than the point of time when human life emerged on Earth. Michael Horn J. posted on Wednesday, May 21, 2003 to 6:37 p.m. Dear Billy, thanks again for your question about Quetzal's spirit form being that of Gabriel, and please forgive me for being so persistent on this same installment of questions. I guess Plejarians are closest to petal level for Quetzal to know who he was in his past. My next installment to this same topic of the spirit form formerly that of Gabriel. Does Quetzal need permission from the Federation Council to know his last reincarnation as Gabriel, or is it a law amongst all or some Plejarians to know who they were in the past to continue on developing their spirit forms? Best regards. J. Answer. Of course the Plejarians don't need a permission to know about a past incarnation, and most of them are not yet capable to achieve the necessary back memories through meditation etc. It needs the abilities and evolutionary level of a spirit leader. Quetzal is an IHWH and, therefore, a spirit leader, to be able to explore one's own past incarnations. Chiyu Wang posted on Wednesday, May 21, 2003 to 12:12 a.m. Hi Mr. Mayor, can a person with higher spiritual development emit higher frequency energy waves around him, herself than a person with lower spiritual development? Mr. Edgar Case used to operate X-ray machine in a hospital, though he was a professional photographer, but the X-ray pictures he took always has double exposure. The same machine did not have that same problem if operated by other person. Is that related to his spiritual development? Thank you. Hampton Chiu answer: it's not exactly clear what you mean. What can be said is that these things don't have to do with spirit but with the consciousness. All such phenomena are created by the consciousness, which, of course, uses spiritual force, power. This also matters in the case of Edgar Cayce, who was very gifted in applying his consciousness-related powers. Lonnie posted on Wednesday, May 21, 2003 to 8:37 p.m. Hi Billy, concerning reincarnation, after the death and the time we spend in the beyond, do we come back in the next life within a 1,000-mile radius of where we died, or can we come back anywhere on the planet? Regards, Lonnie Morton. Answer: it is not we who come back into a new incarnation, but it's an entirely new personality who has nothing in common with the former user of the spirit form. As a rule, people are reincarnated into the same culture, race or nation etc. where they died. This means that, for example, an Afro-American person in the USA will incarnate as an Afro-American person again, in the USA and not in Africa, and if a German-speaking Swiss person dies, he will incarnate again somewhere in Switzerland, Austria, Germany or Liechtenstein, etc. In other words, a spirit form will not incarnate in France, then in Tibet, in Nigeria, and in Greenland, etc. etc. Incarnations occur within the group of people and cultures where one lived and thought in one's former life. Savio posted on Wednesday, May 21, 2003 to 11:35 p.m. Hi Billy, I have a question regarding the half-human and half-spirit entities as those in the High Council. 1. Are they given birth by pure human life form? 2. Or do they change, evolve into half-human, spirit life form during a pure human lifetime? 3. Would these entities give birth to another half-human half-spirit being? Thanks Savio. Answer: the existence within the half-human, spirit life of the High Council, which can be looked at as some wobbly form, begins after the last death, as a coarse matter human being. The birth here is death, and not birth from out of a human mother. The High Council does not give birth to anybody. Merely posted on Thursday, May 22, 2003 to 10:37 a.m. Hi Billy, what is the precise function of the pineal gland? Any relation to psychic ability? Thanks Matt. Answer: physical functions. Please read in a medicinal book. It certainly doesn't have anything to do with the non-existing third eye. Ilka posted on Thursday, May 22, 2003 to 2:48 p.m. Hello, Billy, correct me if I'm wrong, but as I understand, certain positive goings-on in the mind, such as love, help the spirit form evolve. I was just wondering if it matters what or who one loves or what that love is based upon. Is, for example, the love of a religious Christian equal, in this matter, to the love of an equally evolved human being who follows your teachings? Thank you for your answers. Answer: true love makes no difference between persons and cannot be destroyed or dissolved. Only the lower forms of love, which are created through thoughts and feelings, are unstable and are making differences between people. True love sees the human being's interior rather than his material actions and behavior or religion, etc. Mjilbo 1 posted on Friday, May 23, 2003 to 12:55 a.m. Hi Billy, I was wondering, when you're in a pleasurean ship, do you age like you would on Earth? Since I assume they are repelling the surrounding positive energy by their negative energy field, which explains their non-detectable presence, I wondered if aging stopped or slowed while inside the field. Thank you in advance, Mark. Answer: the aging process is the same as on Earth. Larry_Driscoll posted on Friday, May 23, 2003 to 9:35 a.m. Hi Billy, the minute creation part inside of every human, which enters the human body 21 days after conception, that never sleeps or dies and records everything the human does. This human spirit form, does it have a size, i.e. dimensions? Is it a minute replica of creation as Sam Jace described in the 69th Contact? The creation corresponds to the universal consciousness, which leads and governs therein. The meaning of consciousness, as a double spiral-shaped oval formation. Answer: the spirit form is contrary to its naming, formless. It is a pulsating energy block, pure energy and varying in size. Billy posted on Friday, May 23, 2003 to 10:01 a.m. Hi Scott. Greetings from Zurich. actually wanted to ask Billy if he knows anything about ancient Illyrians. People once were living in the place known as Balkan, and about divine Pelasgs, Homer used to say, ancient Proselyns, living in ancient Greece, and if he knows anything about the Alexander the Great, the emperor of ancient Macedonia. Salome. Billy answer: no, Billy doesn't have special knowledge about those historic people or persons. Truthseeker posted on Saturday, May 24, 2003 to 12:05 p.m. Greetings Billy. 20 years ago, I once saw a very beautiful yet unusually perfect-looking woman I had encountered at age 14, on March 2, 1983, who went by the name of Monica. And if that was not enough to cause some hallucinations, the situation gets even stranger years later with the American TV series called Touched by an Angel, with the main character being called Monica, who strangely resembled the original Monica whom I once saw years before, although not the same person. Event off. I've never seen a woman model or actress who looked that perfect like her again. She helped begin my search for truth. Any suggestions to solving this lifelong mystery? Salome and peace on earth. James the Truthseeker answer: no suggestions. An interesting incident along the path of life. Joe posted on Monday, May 26, 2003 to 5:49 a.m. Dear Billy, as you know, most of us are born with individual character traits that predispose us to particular challenges during the course of our lives. For instance, some people might attract powerful partners, such as marital or business partners, that will oppose and try to control or transform them. Certainly we can learn from these circumstances and experiences. Like in the preceding example, one might learn to be extremely careful in choosing partners and to avoid those that are controlling. But is it possible that there is another reason for these challenges, such as to deter us from getting involved in those areas of life that are not aligned with our major purpose in life? Referring again to the example, could the attraction to oneself of difficult partners be a sign that the individual should largely avoid partners in life so as to remain free to concentrate on other matters by oneself? How would we determine whether the character traits that predispose us to challenges are simply meant to teach us something or are meant to deter us from straying off course from our major purpose in life? Thank you. Joe answer: the formation of the character starts while being a fetus in a mother's womb, and it continues to form throughout the entire life. It is a very individual thing whether or not one will meet a partner. It is not the question of the attraction to oneself of difficult partners, but to what persons you are attracted. Since each human being is responsible for his or her life, it lies within each one's own decision whether or not one will come closer to another partner, and whether or not one will choose one. To live with a difficult person can be a good learning lesson, even if it isn't a smooth life. Michael_D posted on Monday, May 26, 2003 to 9:29 p.m. Greetings Mr. Mayer. Thank you for your answer to my earlier question about astrology. By real astrology, I presume you mean traditional, Western, tropical astrology which has been practiced for over 5,000 years and which is based on the exact time, date and place of birth to draw up a chart showing the positions of the sun, moon and planets. If a person is interested in using real astrology to know and form his character, what do you recommend as a beginning point? Are you aware of any good astrology books that are to be trusted for learning to analyze one's character? Thank you for generously giving your time and patience in answering our questions. Michael D. Answer: astrology is not one of Billy's main interest. A book that could be recommended is one by Jane Goodman, Sonnenklar in German, Sol Astrology in English. Slow posted on Tuesday, May 27, 2003 to 3:05 p.m. Hello Billy. Recently when trying to sort out the answer to a difficult problem, I was given the advice to listen for messages from your higher self. Do you know what they are really meaning by this? Is it possible to consciously or unconsciously communicate with one's spirit form? Answer: higher self means the spirit form which doesn't emanate messages. You cannot communicate with your spirit form. However, you may listen to your inner voice or the first thought. These are unconsciously created through the unconsciousness and come forth to the consciousness, stemming from the storage banks/blocks/records where all information from one's previous lives is stored. Edio Boy posted on Tuesday, May 27, 2003 to 5:01 p.m. Dear Billy, how does one untangle oneself from purely human urges and learn to think and act in a spiritual manner? Thanks. Answer: one has to occupy oneself with the spiritual laws and commandments. Through this the human urges are pushed somewhat into the background, i.e. they are not as prominent as before. Depending on what you understand as urges, purely human urges, for example sexuality, or survival instinct, are not bad and must be accepted as a natural attribute. The natural urges may not be suppressed and must be respected, however not in an excessive and degenerative way. Self-chastisement is negative behavior that is hampering one's evolution. Kennedy posted on Thursday, May 29, 2003 to 8:53 a.m. Is it worthwhile to know one's purpose in life, or is it better to let life unfold by following one's interests and aptitudes? How can one be sure if he has found his correct purpose? Moderator, please keep to one question as stated in the guidelines above. Your second question has been removed. Answer: each human being should put up goals for himself in order to not become an automaton. And of course it's worthwhile to know one's purpose in life. Interests and aptitudes can help in finding the correct path of life. If you are listening into yourself, you will know if you have found your correct purpose. Ramirez posted on Thursday, May 29, 2003 to 5:10 p.m. Good day Billy, thank you so much for helping all of mankind by stating the truth. Do you know what caused the collapse of the Maya culture in Central America and the Inca culture in South America? Where did these people go? Plague, famine, or self-extinction? I have been to their ruins and it is impressive to see how much they built and knew. And very strange that they disappeared all of a sudden. Thank you. Answer: in the case of the Maya culture it was drought and famine, lasting for many years. Jika posted on Saturday, July 26, 2003 to 8:54 p.m. Dear Mr. Billy, I have a very short question. Please tell us how Sam Jace is doing at this time. With great respect, Jiko. Answer: she is fine. Joseph_Emmanuel posted on Sunday, July 27, 2003 to 2:19 p.m. In answer to a question posed to you from this discussion board recently, you said that, as a rule, people are reincarnated into the same culture, race or nation where they died, emphasizing as an example that an Afro-American in the USA will reincarnate as an Afro-American again in the USA and not in Africa. Then you said, a spirit form will not reincarnate in France, then in Tibet, then Nigeria. Incarnations occur within the group of people and cultures where one lived and thought in one's former life. If this is so, how is it that your spirit has reincarnated as a Jew in Israel, then an Arab in Saudi Arabia, Mecca, and then as a Swiss in Switzerland? This seems to contradict the answer you have given. Joseph Emmanuel. Answer: this is no contradiction because there wasn't a big difference between the civilizations etc. of Palestine and Arabia, or India. At that time the reincarnations followed the path of the spreading knowledge across to Europe, during a time period of many hundreds of years, and several incarnations. Perhaps it's wise now to give some additional information regarding Billy's earlier explanations. The explanations which you quoted above are directed to, meant for, persons who are not yet familiar with the laws of reincarnation. It's a simplified explanation. Actually, reincarnation doesn't depend on the skin color, but on the education and civilization and evolutional level of a person, a group of persons, peoples, nations, etc. From this follows that, as an example, a white U.S. American person may reincarnate as a black U.S. American person, and vice versa, and an educated European scientist will not reincarnate in the Amazon jungle among a native tribe, etc., and a person who strongly or fanatically believes in Islam or Jewish faith, for example who lives in Arabia or Israel, etc., will not incarnate into a well-educated family in Sweden or Holland, etc. What really matters regarding reincarnation is the level of evolution, of understanding, knowledge, freedom of thinking, culture, etc., of a person, both on a personal level, and also regarding the surrounding society. The average level of evolution, civilization of a nation has an influence on the location of incarnation of a spirit form. An average Swiss person, or rather his spirit form, who is accustomed to, more or less, freedom of speech, democracy, security, welfare, pluralism, etc., will not reincarnate in Arabia or some other country where religion has a strong hold on the everyday life of the citizens. As a rule, the more religious a nation is, the more opposed to progress it is, and the less evolved with regard to civilization, technique etc. it is. Truthseeker posted on Monday, July 28, 2003 to 4:21 a.m. Greetings Billy, assuming the pledgearans, boys, etc., are possibly monitoring the figure-related internet sites and posts. I would like to ask the pledgearans or boys if they can now unconsciously influence a second safe chance conversational meeting with the perfect-looking mysterious Monica of whom I mentioned in my last question and of whom I once saw 20 years ago back at age 14 on March 2, 1983? Peace in real hope. James the Truthseeker answer. The answer is no. Of course they do not perform any influences for any such reasons.